All right. Well, welcome, everyone. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Looks like it's that time. Again, my name is Jason McClellan with Insurance Advisors Direct, and we thank everyone who could make it out with us this afternoon to this webinar. We hope we can offer some great ideas concerning, this year, some new sales ideas that we've put together, excuse me, and, talk a little bit about even some products that may fit to accomplish these sales ideas that we're here to talk about. And again, this is something that we like to do every year to kick off, somewhat the new year, even though it is February, just to share with everyone and give everyone some food for thought as they continue to plan out your roadmap to success throughout these coming months. For everyone's information, this webinar is being recorded. For that reason, we are not opening the lines up for questions, but if you do have questions, please go ahead, and if you look at the lower left-hand corner of your screen, feel free to type a question, and I'll try to answer that as quickly as possible, either at that time or if we're getting into something related to that later on, I may hold off. But we will try and answer everyone's questions, and we'll have a couple minutes at the end, again, to pause for questions. As I mentioned, everyone's currently muted, so this is a listen-only webinar, and it is being recorded. Now, this piece that we're going to talk a little bit about today, the 2016 Top 12 Sales Ideas from Insurance Advisors Direct, this is available as a download. So if you have not received your copy, you would like that, please contact us, email us, call us, and we'll make sure we send over a copy of this Top 12 Sales Ideas piece. So why don't we go ahead and get started with some of these points. Now, again, these are in no specific order, but this one kind of kicks it off well because throughout the remaining 11 items, you're going to see multiple ideas of how to do certain cross-selling techniques. So in generally speaking, package and cross-selling ideas are something that we think everyone should really build into their business and marketing plan for any year, for that matter. It's a client that you already have. You have a relationship with them. And again, your clients have other needs. What you need to do is just make sure that either your marketing pieces are addressing that or you yourself making personal phone calls, maybe you have annual reviews, doing something to help your client know that you can help them in other areas. Maybe you help them with a Medicare supplement product. Does that mean that is the only coverage that they need? Absolutely not. Maybe them, maybe a spouse, maybe a family member has other needs, and you need to make sure that they're aware that those are things that you can provide to them. Those are services that you can provide. One piece that we're actually updating at present is we have what's called healthcare planning document or healthcare planning form. This is a form I used when I was in the field. This is a form that we've trained many other agents to use, and it does do a nice discovery process, something you can sit down, maybe use as an item to review with your clients. It walks you through and them through a number of health and life-related topics, finding out their position, understanding what their concerns are, understanding what their needs are. And this is a form that can be filled out, left with them, as well as taken for your own records, and it gives you some direction on what you may need to follow up with them on. But the biggest mistake that agents make is not asking questions, not asking the proper questions to help their clients understand that you can assist them with their other needs. So we're going to get a little bit more detailed as we go further here, but don't forget to work with your clients and offer those additional ideas and support because they do have other needs. Let's move on to point number 2. And this is one area, building on where we just left off, and that is use Medicare supplements to build the need for long-term care. Us here at this organization, myself personally, we're very passionate about long-term care. It's the product I got started with in this industry over 19 years ago, selling long-term care. And we see today that the landscape is very different, but the need has not changed. People are living longer. People are needing assistance with care in their later years in life, and it's a very costly process. It's a very costly phase for somebody to enter into. Are you helping them prepare for those costs, whether it be them, a spouse, another family member? It's something that we should take seriously, and it's a conversation that we should be having with our clients. So how do you best do that? Well, if you're in the Medicare industry, obviously we know we're dealing with the senior population. So naturally, if they have not addressed potential long-term care needs, it's a very important time to do that. To assist in this, we have built a couple different highlight sheets that you can use. First off, we have our Medicare Parts A and B charts that our agents will use when they're going out to their clients to educate them on the different parts of Medicare. But you'll notice on those charts we refer, during the skilled nursing or home health care area, we refer them to see the supplemental form that helps discuss and dive a little bit deeper into long-term care. So if you're not quite sure how to bring up the conversation, if you're not quite sure what to say, you can use these forms that we've created that just walks you and your client through the valuable points of what Medicare does cover, what it doesn't cover, where their needs are, what the cost could potentially be, and how they help plan for that. So that's a way that during your Medicare supplement presentation, you could dive a little bit deeper to help create the need and hopefully come back on delivery or some other time to discuss long-term care coverage with them. If your clients aren't on Medicare and they're younger, we do see the average age is dropping. The average age of somebody purchasing long-term care is now around 55. So we can see people realize that there is a need. If you're helping people on the financial side of things, maybe you sell annuities. Well, you're helping their assets grow. You're helping build that retirement for them. Don't you think you should be talking to them about how to protect that? And there's no better way to do it than using long-term care products or long-term care hybrid type products. But having a solution, we all too many times get phone calls from agents saying, here's the situation, my client now needs care, they're worried about their assets, they're worried about their income, they're worried about their spouse, what do we do? Unfortunately, that's not a very easy conversation to have because there's not much you can do when it's already occurred. It's something that needs to be planned for. So it's our job to be doing that, and hopefully that you're taking the time out to at least ask your clients whether they know somebody, if they have a family member that's ever needed long-term care, or if it's a concern of theirs, because if it is, it's something that you should be talking to them about. And, of course, if you need assistance, training, support, quotes, of course, here at Insurance Advisors Direct, that's what we do for you. So please keep that in mind. Sales idea number 3, discover the advantages of Plan G and Plan N. Of course, us as an organization, we're very active in the Medicare market, Medicare Supplements, Medicare Advantage. And we want you to understand, if you've been out there in that market, and maybe we've gotten accustomed to selling the traditional Plan F type products, which is great programs, but understand that there are other products that might work just as well, maybe more affordable, but do a great job offering the coverage that your client needs at the right price. So last month, if you joined us for our discovery or discussion on Plan G, we went through some of the reasons why you should look at selling Plan G. We do also have a webinar recording of that. If you weren't able to attend, we'd be more than happy to send that to you. But the other two products here, both N and high deductible F, are other low-cost alternatives that you may want to take a closer look at and see if that's something that your clients could benefit from, that might be more affordable. It might actually be the appropriate protection for them if they're not in need of the first dollar coverage, higher cost Plan F products. Because remember, Plan F, there are some changes coming in 2020, both to the plan itself, and there may not be a Plan F as we know it today after that period. So you may need to start looking today at how you can incorporate some of these other products into your sales presentation. High deductible F is a great package sell product. You can add on multiple products to it because the average high deductible F premium may only be around $29 a month. Well, if they're paying $150 for a Plan F, imagine what they could do with that saved premium if that traditional Plan F is not the most appropriate coverage for them. You've just freed up a lot of premium dollars that could be put into other things. Now, there are techniques on how to present those products or present those solutions, and again, those are some things that we'll be getting into in some of our future training events, helping you to better understand how to position those products and how to better sell those products to your clients. Next slide. So sales tip number 4, use an all-in-one plan designed to cover ACA copays and deductibles. Well, obviously we've just gotten through a pretty lengthy stretch of AEP, OEP. We're kind of emerging from that. So here's a great idea if you've worked in the under 65 health market. We know that these plans, not only are they in many cases very costly, but they have exposed people to greater risks or out-of-pocket expenses. And we've got larger copays, we've got larger deductibles, we've got larger maximum out-of-pockets. And essentially some of these plans are no more than just a catastrophic plan that somebody's still paying a monthly premium for. So there have been plans designed to specifically cover those needs from accident, hospital indemnity, cancer, critical illness. But one of our carriers actually does a nice job at having an all-in-one plan. It's a plan where you can go in, you can sell them all of those gap fillers, let's call them, in one product, one application, and satisfy those potential out-of-pocket expenses. So for the right clients with those needs that have the budget for it, those are also some plans that you should be considering talking to. And even if something like that that's maybe a little bit more robust is outside of their, financial reach, we may want to talk to them about some simple products, accident products. A couple of our carriers have great accident products, very low cost and premium. If you're dealing with somebody who's younger, who's active, maybe an accident product would be a great solution because guess what? Chances are if they need to use something, go to the doctor, hospital, and they're racking up some serious bills, more than likely it's maybe an accident-related type thing. Myself, personally speaking, from sports injuries, I too have just had to have some knee surgery, and I had one of these programs, and that program has helped pay most of my out-of-pocket expenses, including my physical therapy following. I'm glad I was paying that small premium for the last few years because now it's really helped to cover some of my out-of-pocket expenses. So if it's something you're not adding into your sales, you definitely should. If you have questions on what carriers, what products to be using, of course, the sales team here at Insurance Advisors Direct would be more than happy to go over that with you and get you set up with those products and carriers. Number 5, earn free leads by writing business with Insurance Advisors Direct. So we, of course, have conversations all the time about lead programs, the best lead programs, the cheapest lead programs, what should we be doing for more leads. There's a lot of things you can be doing for leads. If that is a question you have, if that's a conversation you want to have, I would recommend you contacting us here, and we can talk more about what lead source might be the most effective one for you, how we can use your current market, maybe your current clients, and even build on that in some way. But with Insurance Advisors Direct, every year we do roll out a new lead program. We do have some current, not only discounted lead programs for some of the newer agents, but we do have lead programs that you can qualify for greater discounts, free leads, or additional marketing dollars that you can put towards other types of advertising, other types of marketing, and events that are essentially getting you in front of more people to help make more sales. So if you'd like to learn more about some of our free lead programs, we can send you some information. We can talk to you over the phone and discover what may be the best option for you or solution for you as far as leads are concerned, because we know that's a very important topic in this industry. The next slide here is number 6, boost your income this year by including final expense to your sales. We have some great final expense products and carriers. We have seen the last few years final expense business has really taken off. A lot of agents have started to incorporate it into their follow-up, into their cross-selling techniques, into their reviews with their clients. It's getting more and more attention. If you're not talking to your clients, they may be talking to someone else. They may be calling in on one of those hotline numbers. So, for example, if you're watching the TV, you might see some of the big companies like MetLife and others that are promoting their final expense products. It's simple, easy to access, easy to qualify for, very affordable. That's what the seniors like. So final expense, especially if you're selling in the senior market, is going to be a great product, and even for some of the younger people, because with our final expense clients, they may have children, grandchildren that they want to buy a policy for. There are programs that are designed for that as well. And agents say, well, I've never done this before, I don't know what to do. Well, the nice thing about working with Insurance Advisors Direct is we have the full sales and marketing systems, we have the training materials, we have the presentation materials, we have discounted lead programs specific for final expense that pull very well. So we can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. We can essentially show you how to go out and become successful incorporating final expense into your sales. Now, I noticed there was a question I can address. Can free leads be targeted by age and zip code? So as far as the lead programs are concerned, both the discounted program as well as the free programs, if you've qualified for those, you can use those anywhere you would like. We would put you in contact with one of our lead vendors that fits, and they would be doing the actual ordering in the area you'd like, for the ages you'd like, for the product you'd like, and of course those co-ops would go towards those. So yes, you can use those anywhere you would like. So again, look at final expense if you haven't already. If you'd like to talk to us more about what would be the right carrier to present, we can certainly show that to you. If you have questions about health of some of your clients, let us know. The nice thing with final expense is there are products that go all the way from somewhat underwritten. They're all basically underwritten. It's a yes-no application, a few simple questions. But the nice thing about final expense is you can go with the very basic, simplified underwritten policy, which is normal, all the way out to guarantee issue products. So if you have somebody who's not healthy, who has some major health concerns, a history of health problems, we can get them covered because, again, we do have some guaranteed issue final expense products even. So give us a call if you have some questions there. Number 7, ask your clients, who do you have your cancer insurance with? Now, that's a question that actually comes from one of our top cancer producers out of the state of Colorado. She works in Colorado and Nebraska. She was the number 1 cancer producer with one of our large carriers in the country. And that's how she started selling cancer insurance. Previous to that, she worked in the Medicare industry. She did some life insurance. And she decided, you know what, I'm a little burned out doing some of those things. I've got all these clients. I want to try to figure out a way to approach them with something else. And she was very passionate about cancer insurance from personal experiences and so forth. So she decided, I think this is something that everybody could use. Everybody should have these products. So what she did is she took her client list out and she slowly started working through that client list or going out and visiting her clients face-to-face and eventually even just going door-to-door with this simple question. Ms. Jones, who do you have your cancer insurance with? What she tells me is the response in most cases to that question was, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what cancer insurance is. I didn't even know it existed. Well, that's why we need to sit down for a few minutes and let's talk about what your options are. And she would go right into the presentation, sharing with them, finding out if they've had any personal experiences, maybe a history or a family history of cancer. In many cases, we know that would be true. And then she would show them the statistics, build the need more for cancer insurance, what cancer insurance can do for them, and how those monies could be used to help them with their care. And this person, again, that catapulted her to the number one cancer producer in the country with one of our large carriers. So, very simple question, but again, you have to ask it. So, another sales idea. Number 8, include a dental, vision, hearing product plan with your Medicare supplement sales. You know, today's day, if you're selling Medicare supplements, you know what I'm talking about. For whatever reason, people are very concerned about making sure they have their dental, vision, and hearing coverage. When I was in the field selling Medicare supplements, people didn't even think of dental, vision, hearing. But this generation, the baby boomers, they're used to having this kind of coverage on their group plan or wherever they came from. They now have Medicare. They know they need a Medicare supplement, which is good for us. But now, our next question is, well, what do you have for dental, vision, hearing? If your clients haven't asked you, I would be surprised if you're actually selling Medicare supplements with this client base, but you should be bringing up the conversation or including a dental, vision, hearing option with your various Medicare supplement options when you lay that out. We have some great network plans. We have some great indemnity plans. They pay a nice commission. There's something your clients need. And again, they can be used, especially the non-network plans, they can be used anywhere. They can, in most cases, go from ages 0 to 85, offer coverage in the realm of $1,000, $1,500, maybe $2,000 in benefits. A lot of preventative cleanings and so forth are covered up front. So there actually are some very good programs out there. They're very affordable, anywhere from $21 to $25 a month, and your client could have dental, vision, hearing coverage. So if you're not including it, I would suggest you start including it at least as an option or asking the question, do you think this is something you need, and go from there. Chances are more times than not, you will probably hear, yes, I'm interested. That's something I'd like to add on. So again, just another way to increase your sales, increase your income, and help give your clients the coverage that they really want and that they really need. Number 9, upgrade your marketing this year for better success. Well, again, if you're not letting your clients know what you do, what products you represent, what carriers you represent, it's important to make sure that they're aware of what you can do for them. You want to make sure you stay in front of them. You don't want to be that agent that goes out, makes a sale, and then they never hear from again. We have a lot of agents out there, and many of them tell us, whether they're sitting in a Walmart talking about Medicare Advantage products or sitting somewhere else, how often they hear people come up and tell them, yep, somebody put me into this product 3-4 years ago when I turned 65, and I've never heard from them again. Well, first off, that agent's missing out on, obviously, a relationship. They're missing out on some cross-selling opportunities like we just spoke about, but they're going to lose out on a client because they don't know who you are. So if you're not staying in front of your clients with either an annual review, a newsletter, or something, it's very important. We have pre-approach letters. We have sample newsletters. We have done a lot of the creative work for you. So if you would like to talk to us about designing some custom pieces, maybe it's a piece that gets put into a newspaper, you name it, we've got the in-house marketing and graphics experts to help do that for you at no cost. You just have to be working with Insurance Advisors Direct and contracted with our carriers, but you would have full access to our sales and marketing and graphics team. So if that's something you've never done because you weren't quite sure how or you weren't quite sure who to go to, again, we encourage you to contact us and we'll be happy to help. Number 10, know when to sell short-term care. Well, we talked a little bit about long-term care, Short-term care is basically the same thing. It's just its little brother. Short-term care products legally and technically are anything with less than 1 year of coverage, but in many cases they still have the same daily or monthly benefits attached. They still pay for the same types of care, home care, nursing care, assisted living facility. They are just designed on a much smaller, chassis because they're short-term care. Why does short-term care come up? Well, again, we have two major issues with long-term care. Long-term care, there's a lot more underwriting. Long-term care can sometimes be a little bit more costly. Short-term care does help you steer clear of those two major issues. Short-term care, in many cases, it's a simple yes-no application that might be accompanied with a phone interview. That's very simple. They don't get into all the cognitive screening. They don't get into pulling APSs that take 30, 60, 90 days. So it's a very quick, clean process. And in most cases, short-term care is going to be very, very affordable. We see short-term care cases being sold all the time for $40, $50, $60 a month. That's what the person can afford. Of course, long-term care needs, assisted living facility needs are very important to them. They want to make sure they have coverage, but this is within their budget. So for those two major reasons, those are going to be the areas or the type of people that you might want to talk about short-term care. Now, some of our long-term care companies, you can actually take their product. If underwriting isn't a concern, you can take their product and dial it down to get yourself into some of those lower premiums. We have agents in other states where short-term care is not approved that actually will use long-term care policies that are dialed down to accomplish the same thing. So if you're looking for something $50, $60, $70 a month, it does exist. Don't be too scared. I think when everybody hears long-term care, short-term care, they automatically think $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a year. That's not the case. Short-term care premiums, again, might average $600 to $700 a year. Long-term care premiums, you could get a great policy, especially for younger people, maybe more in the ballpark of $1,200 to $1,500. So again, still very, very affordable coverage for the benefits that they provide. So think about short-term care. Number 11, consider the advantages of a group Medicare Supplement plan, or with some products referred to and called a group retiree medical product. We in recent years have started seeing a lot of questions and seeing a lot of opportunities in these areas. Who are these right for? Well, maybe they're with an employer that you've helped offer or work with them on their health care coverage. Have you ever talked to them about their retirement packages? Now, maybe it's something they can't afford to pay for, but guess what? There are group plans that they could very simply, with just a sponsorship, which doesn't cost them anything, they could offer that to all of their retirees as an option. And those options, in many cases, are better than what they may be able to buy on their own. And in many cases, or in all cases, they are guaranteed issues. So if you've got retirees that maybe have some health problems, maybe the nice thing that this corporation could do is sponsor that program and now allow that retiree of theirs to qualify for essentially a Medicare supplement with no underwriting and giving them better coverage. Maybe they're stuck in a Medicare Advantage, or they're stuck in some other product that's become overly priced and they can't move because of health issues. Something to keep in mind. Where else you can use these? We've actually been working recently on a couple of tribes in different states, Michigan, North Dakota, a few other states where agents have relationships with these tribes, and these tribes are providing coverage and benefits for their retirees who are 65 and older on Medicare. Great product. Municipalities, another huge opportunity. Cities all over the place are going broke, looking for ways to cut costs. Guess where their biggest expense is? The retiree benefits, the health insurance coverage. So if you can show them how they could save themselves a lot of money by moving their retiree population, 65 and older, into a group retiree medical or a group med sup, you've not only landed a big case that's going to be financially rewarding, but you've done a great job for that city, that municipality. These work with churches. These work with S Corps, C Corps. In many cases, these group plans, you don't need a large group. We have a program that actually goes down to one life, and that's what's considered a group. So just think a little bit about how you could potentially use that outlet to serve a need or to go out and proactively seek out some opportunities that do exist out there. And we have some agents that have learned about it and are very, very successful at it. The nice thing about these products, too, is they pay a level lifetime commission. So once that group's on board, more than likely that group's going to continue to grow as people retire from that group, and you're going to continue to get paid a full commission on all of them. Sales idea number 12, include hospital indemnity. Now, again, this could be included in maybe with your under 65 sales to help people if they are hospitalized, again, help offset some copays and deductibles. Or maybe in many cases we see a lot of agents including these with their Medicare Advantage sales. You'll notice on the scope of appointment with a Medicare Advantage sale, hospital indemnity plans are allowed to be talked about. So why wouldn't you, if you're in the home talking about a Medicare Advantage as a solution, showing them that they may have to pay $250 a day for the first 5 days or $750 upon admission into a hospital? Yes, it's low cost. It's $0 premium, or it's a $15 premium or a $20 premium. So the premium's attractive, but when you're showing them what they could potentially be out of pocket for once they're hospitalized, that may be a number that they're not comfortable with. And remember that max out of pocket, those are pretty large too. So why not include a very simple, low cost for $20 to $25? You could cover that entire potential out-of-pocket expense of hospital indemnity, giving them a very affordable solution to what could be a number that might not be very easy for them to come up with if they were to be hospitalized. So again, better coverage for your client, more complete coverage, nice add-on product with your hospital indemnity and your Medicare Advantage, as well as an additional commission for you offering that solution. Our quoting tool, if you're on with us in Michigan, we do have a quoting tool on our website, and you can go right in and run a Medicare Advantage quote, and you can add a hospital indemnity rider to that, or I shouldn't say rider, but you can add a hospital indemnity option. It'll help you fill the gaps with that Medicare Advantage, and then it will show you the premium. So again, if somebody's already paying $0 for their Medicare Advantage, is $25 that too far out of the picture for them? Is that just too costly for them? Well, maybe it is, and that's okay if it is, of course, but if your client can afford it, again, you may want to start including hospital indemnity options with your Medicare Advantage sales at the point of sale. Go back and visit your clients, talk about it, bring it up this period of the year since now we're past AEP. Stay in front of your clients, but again, making sure that you're offering these. And again, we have carriers that fit various needs depending on the holes or the gaps that you're trying to fill. Some plans work better with others, so just let us know the situation, what you're looking for, and we can help point you to the right product. All right. Well, we made it to the end. Looks like we made some pretty good time, so I appreciate everyone's attendance. We really hope we were able to give you some food for thought, some new ideas to help benefit you in 2016. And again, if you need some additional information, product, supplies, contracting, don't hesitate to give us a call. Before we completely conclude, is there any questions that I can answer? No, we got the question about the LEAD programs. Looks like we answered that. If you would like, you can type in a question at the side there. We'll hang around for another few seconds here to see if anything pops up. All right. Well, it looks like we must have answered everyone's questions. Again, we look forward to working with all of you. We thank you for your partnership. And anything else we can do to help you in your business, please let us know. And we'll be in touch and following up with you after this event. I just had a question pop up. What companies do we have for short-term care? So some of the carriers we would represent there would be companies like Medigap, GTL. I would have to say those would be probably our top two. And Life Secure, they also have a great long-term care product that could be dialed down into a short-term care platform. Some of the other products, unfortunately, have gone away. We've had a couple carriers recently exit the market, but those would be our top carriers that we would be more than happy to send you information on. All right, well, if there are no other questions, again, thank you guys for your attendance. Look forward to working with you throughout 2016, and have a great rest of your day.